Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing my face, my name is Malachi, aka Mally Boy, aka Mal, aka that bitch 100% of the time, and we are back with another video. For today's video, I thought it would be great if I did a story time because I got a lot of different stories I could tell, but I feel like I've never told this story, so I'm gonna tell the story. So this is the story of the time where I definitely was talking to a DL. If you don't know what that means, it means somebody that's not out the closet. So we're gonna get into that tea today. But if you're excited for this video, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Subscribe. Emphasis on the subscribe. But I'm ready to dive on in, so let's get on into this. I want to say this happened quite recently. Not frequently. Doesn't happen that frequently for me because I don't normally do it. What do I want to call this boy? We're gonna call this boy Josh. His name's not actually Josh, but we're gonna call him Josh for today. So me and Josh, I met Josh at a party. And you know, when I go to parties and stuff like that, like I rarely go to parties. Like I'll rarely go out and things like that. But when I do go out, I like to have fun. I like to turn up, I like to dance, I like to drink, I like to just have a good time, let loose, that type of vibe. So I had went to a party and it was one of my friends' parties. So you know, I can't remember like what month it was. I think it was like over summertime, to be quite honest. It was like end of summer, I think I want to say that's when it was. So just a timeline for you guys, it was literally like very recently. So yeah, me and Josh, like we met at a party and I had seen Josh and like I was like, oh yeah, like he's cute, like, you know, he's cute. Josh was definitely very cute. I will definitely give Josh that. But I feel like I kind of already knew, like just by, you know, like when you're at parties, like you can kind of tell like if somebody is like fucking with your energy or if they're not fucking with your energy. And typically whenever I'm going out, like I can normally tell like when somebody's fucking with my energy or not, or when somebody's looking at me like, oh, you're cute, or they're looking at me like, ew. So I kind of got the vibe he was like looking at me, but I couldn't really like read the room and be like, okay, like I think he wants to talk to me, but he's not gonna come up and talk to me. So I kind of just kept doing my own thing. I kind of kept dancing and whatever. And I had seen this one boy that was around Josh. He came up to me. He was, hey, what's your name? And I was like, oh, I'm Malachi. Nice to meet you. And he was like, oh, my name is Kevin. His name's not actually Kevin, but we're going to use alias names for the sake of the video. We're going to use alias names. But anyways, oh, so he came up to me, he was like, oh, my name is Kevin, it's nice to meet you. I was like, oh, it's nice to meet you too. He's like, where are you from? And I was like, oh, I'm originally from California, but I've been living in Texas for a few years now, so yeah. And he was like, oh, that's what's up, I've never seen you around before. And I said, I don't really typically go out, like if I go out, it's just to go out and stuff. Hang on, I have to take a quick intermission, my grandmother is calling me. Sorry. I had to talk to my grandma. Anyway, y'all remember what I was saying? Oh, we were at the party. So his friend Kevin came up to me and he was like, yeah, like asking me just like where I'm from and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, you know, like I'm from California, but I've been living in Texas for a few years now. Oh, okay, I've never seen you out before. Yeah, I don't really go out like that. Like if I go out, like I don't really like to be out that much. But when I do go out, I do like to have fun. Sorry, I have to apply more lip gloss because, yeah, I'm a lip gloss kind of girl. Give me like 2 seconds. I swear I'm gonna get back to you guys. Okay. And sorry, I have to do one more thing. My grandmother texted me again, so I have to check and see what she said. Okay, sorry. Sucks when you're the favorite around. Anyways, so yeah, he had said we were just chopping up basically, and he was like, oh, like I came over here for a reason. And I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, like he's either about to hit on me or he's about to say one of his little homeboys at this party in here wants to hit on me and whatnot. So he had told me, he was like, yeah, my friend thinks you're really cute and he wanted to know if you get like your Snapchat or anything like that. And I was like, yeah, tell him to come over and I'll give him my Snapchat. And he was like, oh, he's actually like really shy. So he just sent me over here to get it. Is it okay if I grab it for him? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I get it. I'm a pretty bitch. I make these niggas nervous. So I mean, I get it. So why not? And understandable. So I told him, I was like, okay, like, gave him my Snap. Cool, whatever. Party keeps going on. Everybody's having a good time. It's good vibes, all this good energy. I end up leaving with my friends. I'm like, okay, we're going home now. Like at this point, we're ready to go home. So I ended up getting home. It was like 2:00 in the morning. And I had seen that that Josh had added me on Snapchat. So I added Josh back and Josh had sent me a Snapchat like literally that minute. Like literally that minute. At this point in time, I was not aware that the person that the guy that I saw at the beginning of the party that was staring at me, if you guys remember that part, the guy that was staring at me, Josh, that's Josh who was staring at me when I first walked into the party and stuff like that. I didn't know if that was going to be the person I was going to Snapchat or anything like that. So I was very nervous to open that Snapchat because I was either going to open this Snapchat and be very excited or I was going to open this Snapchat and be very fucking disappointed. So I was like, you know what? Mind you, I was a little under the influence. So I was definitely like, you know what? I'm going to respond in the morning. Went to sleep, woke up the next day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I should probably respond. And so I responded to him, and I opened the Snapchat, and it is Josh. So I was very excited because I was like, oh my gosh, like this is the boy that I thought was super cute at the party, and he thinks I'm cute. So what? Like this is just match made in heaven right now. So I Snapchatted him back and I was like, hey, like, sorry, like for the late response. As soon as I came home, like I literally like crashed out. He was like, no biggie, like I understand, like I get it. And I was like, you know what's crazy? Like I really thought you were cute at the party because I saw you staring at me at the party, but I didn't know if like you're T. And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, I didn't know if you were like gay or not. So I didn't want to just come up to you, make you uncomfortable and be like, oh, like I think you're cute. Cause I'm not that type of gay. Like I've never been that type to just go up to somebody and be like, oh my gosh, like you're so fucking cute, like I want you so bad. Like no, like even if they're looking at me and stuff like that, I will literally respectfully, like I will literally look at somebody and think somebody's cute and not go and talk to them, simply because I don't want to like give off that impression like I yeah, like I want you, but I'm not gonna ever like make the first move. Because it's like with dating these types of days, especially being gay and stuff like that, like it's very hard to know, like gauge like how people are when they come around the community, people of my community and stuff like that. So it's a little difficult to judge because you could come around somebody that's like, oh, I appreciate you, but I don't roll that way. Or you could I've come across niggas that like to be like, what the fuck? Like, oh my gosh, like, I'm not gay. I'm not, no. I can't believe you would come up to me. Been there, done that. Didn't want to do that. So I was like, okay, like whatever. So we're chatting, we're talking, and we're texting like for like a cool minute. Mind you, we're just getting to know each other. It's not no flirty. It's not no anything like that. Like we both know, like at the end of the day, we were both on the page of, yeah, you're cute. I think you're cute. You think I'm cute. Like let's just talk, get to know each other, see what becomes of this, you know, type shit. We literally were talking for like a week straight. Like we talked for like a week straight. This boy, I'm not gonna say like where he goes to school at, but I am gonna say that he was a football player. So his schedule was very busy. Like he had workouts in the morning, he had classes on top of that, and then football practice in the afternoons and trainings and meetings, and his schedule is very hectic and very busy, which I get it. Being an athlete, like I get it. Like your schedule is definitely, sport has to come first, and then of course school and everything else comes after. So I definitely understood that, and I definitely didn't feel any type of way about it because I was kind of just like, okay, like it is what it is. Like I get it, you're busy, whatever. So Mind you, I still didn't know his tea. I didn't know if he was gay or not. I didn't know if he was DL or not, or what the case may have been for him or anything like that. I didn't know any of that. This is where the story starts to get crazy. Buckle your seatbelts, bitches, because we're about to have a chat. Anyways, so we were talking for like a week straight. We ended up getting on a FaceTime call one day. He had asked me early in the morning, he was like, hey, like, I'm gonna be super busy today. I do want to FaceTime you later if you're free. And I was like, yeah, just let me know, like, whenever you're free, and we can definitely, like, FaceTime or whatever. And he was like, all right, cool, I'll let you know. So it was like 7:30 at night. I was in bed chilling, you know, pretty girl privilege. Anyways, I was in my bed chilling. He was like, hey, I just finished everything I needed to do, Shay. Is this a good time to call you? I was like, yeah, you can call me. I'm free right now. Got on the FaceTime call. We were chatting it up. He was like, this is where he starts like flirting with me, like heavy on the FaceTime call. He's like looking at me and I'm looking at him, and he's like, he just like starts smiling. And I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, you're just like very pretty. And I kid you not, like, that is like the best compliment that you can give me. Calling me pretty is like literally like the best compliment that you could ever give me. Because I'm just like, wow, like, thank you. It just makes me cheese when guys call me pretty. I just be like, I know, you know, type vibe. So we were just flirting and everything like that on the phone. And he had asked me, he was like, what are you doing this weekend? And I was like, I think I'm actually not doing anything this weekend. He was like, I'm gonna come back up there, because where he goes to school at is like 3-ish hours away from me, but he's from San Antonio, where I stay at and everything like that. So he was like, oh, I'm gonna come up there this weekend because we don't have a game, and I would really like to hang out with you. And I was like, yeah, like for sure, like we can definitely plan something, we can hang out and whatnot. So we ended up hanging out. He wanted to do like this kind of like double date thing, so he invited his friend and his friend's girlfriend to come, which I found very awkward, because I was like, first of all, I knew the friend because Kevin was the one who asked for my Snapchat and stuff like that. So he invited Kevin, and Kevin's girlfriend came. Didn't really know how I feel about being around a person I don't know, so I was like a little iffy on that. But I was like, you know what, whatever. So I was like, okay, like, let's go, like, let's see what happens and everything like that. So he came, picked me up. We went to Main Event. And if you guys don't know what Main Event is, it's basically this like bowling alley with laser tag and arcade games and all that fun stuff and whatnot, if you don't know what it is. Anyways, we get to Main Event. We meet Kevin and his girlfriend. Kevin's girlfriend is actually very pretty. I think she's a very pretty girl. I was like, wow, like, you're so pretty. And she's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, you're so pretty too. And I was like, oh my gosh, thanks, girl. Like, me and her, Kiki, me and her are on the same page. Me and her, like I'm like, that's my sister. That's my sister. But you know, anyways, enough about Kevin's girlfriend. That's not the point of this story time. This is where shit starts getting crazy. So we all kind of like, we bowled for a little bit, we hung out for a little bit, whatever. Then we all kind of went and dispersed. So Kevin and his girlfriend went to go laser tag and whatnot. And then me and Josh, we went and we played air hockey and everything like that. So me and Josh played air hockey for a little bit. Me and him are chatting. This is where shit went south for me. I'm sitting there, I'm asking Josh, I'm like, yeah, like, how's like life for you? Like, what's going on with you? Like, what's your situation? Like, are you looking to talk to somebody? Are you looking to not talk to somebody? What's your intentions? Because I'm a very intentional person when I date, or even when I just like hang around people or I'm talking to somebody. I'm very intentional. I'm never the type of person where like I want to waste my time or waste anybody else's time, so I have to ask these types of questions. So he basically was telling me, he was like, I'm very interested in getting to know you and stuff like that. It's just so hard because I just am so busy, and then my girlfriend on top of that. Girlfriend? Pause. Sir, when were you going to mention you had a girlfriend? We've been talking for a week, and you ain't telling me you had a girlfriend. What in the fuck is going on? I'm sitting there baffled to the full extent. I'm baffled. I'm sitting there, I'm like shocked, like I'm shook. That's gonna be a thumbnail. I know y'all saw that. That should be a thumbnail. I'm sitting there, I'm like, in my head, I'm sitting there like, I'm not trying to like let him know that I'm upset or I'm irritated, but in my head, I'm sitting there, I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? Did he just say he had a girlfriend? Didn't he just call you cute? I'm so confused. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, okay, like, yeah, like, I get it. Then, I guess when he thought just because he mentioned that he had a girlfriend that meant that I wanted to sit here for the next 30 minutes and speak about his girlfriend. So that's exactly what he did. He spoke about his girlfriend, he spoke about their problems and the shit that they're going through and da-da-da-da-da, and I'm like, I don't really care. Like, I care, but I don't care. Like, I'm sorry that you're going through this, but this really has nothing to do with me. So why are we talking about your girlfriend? So I was just kind of annoyed the rest of the night. And I had called one of my friends, and I basically was just like, girl, this is not tea. And she was like, what's going on? And I basically told her, I said, can you like just call me and play it up like you need me right now. So she called me, she played it up like she needed me, real ride or die bitch at the end of the day. Called me and played it off like she needed me. I immediately got a lift, took my ass home, because what in the fuck is going on? So I told him, I told Josh, I was like, oh, I have to go, it's an emergency. He was like, oh, okay, I can take you home. I was like, no, it's okay, I just called a lift, like, it's literally outside already, so it's okay. He was like, oh, okay, I'll text you later then. I was like, yeah, for sure. So then I went about my day. This man texted me, like, literally, like, within, like, 30 minutes of me leaving. He was like, hey, I'm just checking in on you, just making sure you're okay. I did not respond. And let me tell you why I did not respond. Because why in the fuck do you think I'm gonna fuck with you knowing you have a girlfriend? I'm not a homewrecker, never been a homewrecker, never been that type, doesn't fit my vibe, not interested. You're probably one of the first DL men that I've ever, like, really, like, pursued like that. I'm not going for that. So I literally was like, ghosted him, didn't talk to him for, like, we didn't talk. I didn't text him back for, like, days. Like, days went by, we didn't talk. And then randomly one night, I'm laying in bed, kikiing to myself in my bed. I'm, like, laughing at my little TikToks that I'm watching. I'm hee 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 ha ha ha. My phone immediately, I'm getting, like, text message after text message after text message after text message. And I'm sitting here, it's like 11 o'clock at night. Who the fuck is blowing my phone up at 11 o'clock at night? There's only one other person in this world that would blow my phone up at 11 o'clock at night, and that's my best friend, Jakai. Jakai will literally be the only person that would blow my phone up at 11 o'clock at night. Other than that, Jakai and Anthony, those two are the only two people I know that will blow my phone up at 11 o'clock at night. I go and I look at my messages because I'm like, who the fuck is blowing my phone up? I look, mind you, I had never like saved Josh's number. Ooh, I almost said his actual name and I would have fucked myself up. Anyways, I never saved Josh's number. So I was like looking at it and I was very confused and I was like, who is this? And mind you, the conversations that we had was still like there. So I had to scroll up and read to refresh my memory on who the fuck this is. As soon as I figured out that it was Josh, I was like, oh God. So I went back and I read what he was saying. Basically, the premises of the message were, if you didn't want to talk to me anymore, you could have just told me that. You didn't need to just ghost me like that. I don't appreciate that you just ghosted me, and I don't even know why you ghosted me. You don't know why I ghosted you. Let's run down the list, shall we? We talked for about a week. We literally were getting to know each other. At any given time, you could have told me that you had a girlfriend. I wouldn't have cared that you had a girlfriend. I would have still been like, we can be cool and cordial and we could be friends and stuff like that. But for you to sit there and not tell me that you had a girlfriend, that's low-key crazy. So I texted him. Mind you, I didn't even read like all the messages that he sent. I literally just texted him. I was like, honestly, I'm not about to go back and forth with you over text message. If you want to have an adult conversation, call my phone and we can talk. He immediately read that message, immediately calls my phone. I pick it up, we start talking. He's like, so do I get a clarification on why you just ghosted me and stuff like that? Like, he's hot, like he's mad, like he's like big mad, like he's like real like pressed about this whole like I ghosted him type shit. Like he's really upset. So he's like, do I get an explanation? Do I get some clarification? You better have a valid reason. First of all, number one, you're not my nigga. Well, I don't need to have a valid reason on ghosting you, ever. Because one, we're not dating. Two, you're not my nigga. Three, we haven't even established that we were on that playing field. So I don't need to run anything by you. I don't need to have a valid reason to do anything. If I don't want to talk to you anymore, I can simply not talk to you no more. Because at the end of the day, I pay the bill on my phone. You don't pay the bill on my phone. So I can do whatever the fuck I want to do with my phone. You get what I'm saying? Y'all feel what I'm saying? Like down below if you feel what the fuck I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, this shit is too much. So I'm like, I literally just air it all out. I tell him like, you have a girlfriend. You're not gay. Why are you on my phone? That's the type of vibe that I was on. And he was like, how are you gonna tell me what I am? Okay, so what are you then? Bisexual? Not out the closet? Just dating women for fun? What would we like to call it? Please let me know. He was like, it's just complicated, like you wouldn't understand. What wouldn't I understand? Babe, I'm black and I'm gay. What would I not understand? I don't mean to take it there, but what would I not understand? I'm two of the biggest things on this planet that people have a problem with. I'm black and I'm gay. Make that make sense. But you telling me I wouldn't understand? Cool, mind you, came out. I was outed. So if anything, I'm definitely gonna understand you. I'm sitting there. He's sitting there on the phone just telling me it's just really complicated. I can't explain it right now. We gotta just chat about it later. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. Hung up, went to bed. Woke up the next morning. Shit's still getting crazy. It's still gonna get crazy. Like y'all, like this shit gets crazy. Like it gets really like, oh my God. Okay, so I wake up the next morning. I go on Instagram. I get like, I see like some female. She's like liked all my pictures. She's like liked a few of my highlights and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, like maybe she's just trying to be cordial. Maybe she's just trying to be nice. So I ended up liking a few of hers back. And I was like, you know, because I'm a sweet person. So if I see that you fucking with me, I'm gonna fuck with you the same exact way. So I liked a few of her stuff back. She DM'd me and she was like, oh my gosh, like, I think you're so pretty. Like, I just had to tell you that. Like, I'm sorry if it's a little weird. And I was like, no, girl, like, you're completely okay. Like, I think you're so pretty too. Like, oh my gosh, like, you're really pretty. So, me and her started chatting and, you know, we started to become cool. Me and this girl started to become cool. We're going to call her Nicole. Me and Nicole started becoming really close. So, not really close, but we were like chilling, cooling, talking, getting to know each other, like a friendship should be. Nicole invited me to come to this party, and I was like, okay, like I'm down. Like I don't really party like that, guys. I keep having to. Sorry to interrupt. Ooh, I hope y'all didn't see that because my pig's a little sweaty, but oh well. Anyways, I have to apply more lip gloss. Hang on. I swear this story time is almost over too. I swear to God it is. But give me like 2 seconds. Anyways, if you guys made it this far, make sure you like, comment, and leave something down below. But, you know, like, actually, if you guys made it this far in this story time, comment down a lip gloss emoji. Or comment down, what is your favorite lip gloss? Actually, let me know. Let me know what your guys' favorite lip gloss is. Anyway, so Nicole invited me to a party. I ended up going to the party because I was like, you know what? I want to have fun. So I went to the party. Mind you, I didn't know it was like her birthday party or anything like that. So I get there, I get to the party, balloons up, everything's up and all this stuff. I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, like, hey, like I go up to Nicole, I'm like, hi, hey, like whose birthday is it? And she's like, oh, it's my birthday. I was like, girl, you didn't tell me that it was your birthday. I would have brought a gift for you or something. She's like, no, you didn't need to bring a gift. Like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. And I said, well, happy birthday. And she's like, oh, thank you. You look so good. And I was like, girl, you look good too. You know, me and Nicole are like hitting it off. I peep in the corner of my eye. I see Josh. And I'm like, how do they know each other? In the back of my head, I'm like, how do they know each other? But I'm like, you know, maybe it's just common thing, whatever. So I go towards like the little snack table. Josh is standing over there by his snack table. I don't acknowledge him at all. I'm sitting there, I'm just trying to get my little plate of food because I'm hungry. One thing about me, a bitch gonna eat. A bitch gonna eat anytime, any chance, anywhere. I'm gonna eat. So I'm sitting there, I'm munching on I'm grabbing my little snacks and whatnot. And Josh looks over at me, he goes, so we just don't know how to say hi anymore? And I look at him and I go, hi, Josh, and walk away. And then he comes and he follows me to where I was standing at. And he's like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I was invited. What are you doing here? And he was like, I was invited. And I was like, okay. I hear a, babe. I turn around. I know nobody at this party is calling me babe. I turn around, it's Nicole. Nicole's walking up and she's like, babe, there you are. I'm looking for you. I'm looking around like, is she talking to me? No, bitch. She's talking to Josh. She's literally talking to Josh. And I sat there in my head and I was like, this is his girlfriend. I just befriended Josh's girlfriend. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, this is about to get so messy. She comes over, she's standing next to me and Josh, she gives Josh a hug, gives Josh a kiss, and I'm like, oh, this is crazy. She's like, oh my gosh, like I didn't know you guys knew each other. How do you guys know each other? And I was like, oh, I met him like a few weeks ago. Like he seems like he's a really cool friend and everything like that. He sits there and I kid you not, this man sits there and he goes, yeah, we're just friends, and starts like stuttering and struggling to speak. And I'm like, sir, spit it the fuck out, because if she asks me some questions, I'm telling you, I'm finna fumble, because I can't lie to her. I can't sit up here and lie to her, because I would want to know if the roles were reversed. I would want to know. So I know in the back of my head, like if this girl asks me some questions and she like really is like looking me dead in my face, I know I can't lie to her. Like I can't do it. I like in high school, I used to be a great liar in high school. I used to be on my shit in high school. Now that I'm older, I hate lying. I can't do it. I hate looking in people's faces and telling them a lie. Like it makes me feel sick. It makes me feel icky. It's disgusting. So Josh walks away. She's like, he was acting a little weird, wasn't he? And I was like, huh? And I was like, yeah, like, I guess. Like, I wasn't really paying much attention, you know? And she was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, girl, I'm fine. And she was like, no, like, are you okay? Like, you can tell me if things aren't okay. I had to tell her. Because I just felt bad, because first of all, you invited me to your birthday party. You've been nothing but kind to me since we started like becoming cool with each other and becoming acquaintances with each other. I have to tell you the tea on your boyfriend, because I would just feel bad not telling you. Granted, I felt bad because at the end of the day, it's not my tea to tell. But at the end of the day, I just felt bad in that moment, because I just like, I can't look at this girl in her face and not tell her the truth. So I told her, I said, we just need to talk. I pulled her aside and I basically just told her everything. I told her, I said, yeah, I met him at a party. He thought I was cute. He wanted my Snapchat. We started talking. We went on a date with like him and his friend Kevin. She was like, I know Kevin. And I was like, yeah. She was like, let me call. Because at first she was like, she didn't believe shit I was saying. She was like, you're just lying. Like, she thought I was just trying to seek attention at her birthday party and stuff like that. But I'm the type of bitch, like, I'm not gonna sit up here and lie about shit. The fuck? So she goes and calls Kevin. She's on the phone with Kevin. She stands over, like, literally like a few like feet away from me. She's on the phone with Kevin. She's asking Kevin questions. Kevin is like telling her everything, like basically everything from Josh's side. Almost called him by his real name again. Fuck. Gotta stop doing that. This video is almost over, I promise. So she comes back up to me and she's like, thank you for like being honest with me, and I appreciate you telling me this stuff. And I was like, I'm so sorry, like it came out like today out of all days, like I'm so sorry. And she was like, no, like it's not your fault. Like she's talking very calmly to me. And I was like, I think I'm gonna go though, because I feel very uncomfortable and I don't want to ruin your party. And she's like, no, like you don't have to leave, like I promise you, like you don't, like it's not your fault, like this has happened before. Or this has happened before? What do you mean this has happened before? I'm looking at her, I'm like, what do you mean this has happened before? Like she was like, yeah, like last year, like he was hanging around this one guy and I guess they ended up hooking up and stuff like that. So you know his tea? And she was like, yeah, I know. And you're okay with that? And she was like, I really like him. But he I'm like baffled. I'm like looking at her like very baffled. So then I leave. I literally tell her, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna go. I blocked her, blocked him. And that's the story of the time I dealt with the DM. Because baby, that's all she needed to write about it. Just that. Sad story, sad case. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I know that story time was a lot, girl, because baby, let me know if you guys like story times, because I definitely got a lot more story times I could tell, because I have many stories. I'm telling you, if I had a TV series, like a reality TV show, y'all would think half the shit that I go through is scripted. Baby, it's not scripted. That is all I have to say. Anyways, if you guys want more story times, let me know. But, you know, thank you guys so much for watching. Love you all so much. As always, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel so you can become part of my little family and we can just kiki a lot more. I really appreciate your guys' support, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, stay pretty, stay bad, stay gorgeous. Bye guys!